Hey guys, what's going on? Gman here, Gman Live. Just wanted to talk a little bit about, the hell happened at that game. Everything was going really well early on, a lot of momentum. With the fact that the Cowboys had a lot of players out, things did look good before they kicked off the ball. By the way, just as an aside, ditch all that television crap, all right? This is the new era where people actually get their shit from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media outlets, Twitter. No one gives a shit what the hell Michael fucking Barkan says. No one gives a fucking rat's ass what anyone on Breakfast on Broad says, because ain't nobody fucking watching that shit, because they got to get their coffee, get their shit together, get their ass to fucking work. They ain't got time to sit around and fucking listen to three fucking bitches talking on Breakfast on Broad. They got to make fucking breakfast and then get their ass in the shower and fucking get the fuck out, try to beat traffic and get their ass back. All right? So, everybody on Breakfast on Broad, you suck. The only guys you want to listen to when it comes to the Eagles that know what the fuck they're talking about certainly isn't Sarah Baker. She don't have a fucking clue because she's a hockey girl. That other dude got slammed by... You know who knows who we're talking about? Seth Joyner, okay? When Seth Joyner was on Eagle Eye, that dude knew what he was talking about. And I'm going to tell you right here on Gman Live. I'm going to tell you right here on Gman Live while I sit here and watch NFL Turning Point. I'm going to sit here and I am going to break it down and let you know what happened. Now, shout out to all my peeps out there. All right. Eat that pussy. I know he's pissed. I watch his videos all the time. Dude's got mad love for the Eagles. He gets fired up a lot. The dude's going to give himself a heart attack. He got to calm down a little bit. But, he shows that intensity that Eagle fans bring, unlike the freaking... You know what is interesting? What you got right now in a political situation is you got everybody voting against the dudes that are inside. So all the insiders, no one gives a fuck about them because they're the insiders. Well, guess who's the insiders when it comes to this? Breakfast on Broad. The guy that sounds like this, sounds like he has to take a shit every time he talks because he doesn't know what the hell he's saying and he doesn't understand what he's saying and he has no idea what he's talking about. He shouldn't be on this show. Gov, get the fuck out of there and go find another job because you don't know what the fuck you're doing or saying. That dude needs to fucking go. Brian Westbrook and Ray Didinger, only guys know what the hell they're talking about. Didinger because he's been doing it for so long. Westbrook because he played. End of story. Now, the fans in this town know what is up. They are good fans. They are dedicated fans, okay? They have an idea of what's going on in this town. They know the sport. They know the players. They know the schemes. It's not like you guys sit there like Michael fucking stupid ass Barkan, who sounds like a fucking moron. All those guys sound like morons. All of them. It's not a coincidence that these guys have these positions, okay, and people think that they know what they're talking about. They don't. They are imposters, okay, just like the politicians that are the insiders that are getting the boot because the outsiders like Carson and Fiorina and Trump are all in while the in is out. So I'm going to ask Eagle fans to go ahead and do that. Ditch those insiders. They don't know what the fuck they're saying. Now, Philadelphia, she rocks. Her name, Philadelphia, something like that. Philadelphia, she's awesome. All right? This girl came all the way out from the West Coast to check out the Eagles game. Now, she's a dedicated fan. Now, people that are dedicated like that have an interest. People that put out these videos do this shit have an interest. We're not getting paid for this shit. We just do it because we love it. Michael fucking Barkan, hey Gov, who sounds like this? Dumbass. Doesn't. Now the mighty E-Rock, he is the man. Okay? Watch that dude. By the way, shout out to the Fifth Round. FifthRoundMovement.com. Check them out. Fifth Round. Big Jets fans over there. So Eagles, Jets this week. We have a little back and forth. Not looking all that good for us. We'll get to that in a minute. What went wrong? All right. Now, my previous video that you all watched earlier pretty much went like this. I was sitting there, and I was pumping up, check it out. Eagles blanket. I sleep with this thing. Yeah. Once again, when we had this guy, see? When we had this guy, see that? We won. Mike Vick, we won. Okay? Now, Bradford, we lose. Bradford was not to blame for that loss 100%, but Bradford did have problems, as Seth Joyner pointed out. And why does Seth Joyner know? Because Seth Joyner knows, all right? So does Westbrook know. So does Ray Dinger. Those other guys don't know shit, all right? All those guys don't know squat. Maybe Rob Ellis, but that's about it. Now, here's what happened. On my preview first, I said, Eagles got to be able to run the football. Because I saw in the first game, they couldn't run the football well. And it's because you can't take DeMarco Murray and run him outside. He's got to be a north-south runner. Same with Ryan Matthews. He's got to be a north-south runner. The problem is you're trying to take guys that are north-south runners and try to swing them out. Well, how do you do that? You got to have a guard, all right? Now, if you don't have pulling guards, and by the way, for all my fans out there that were around watching football back in like the glory days of the late 80s, early 90s, when football was run by guys like Mike Singletary, LT, real football players, all right? Those guys dealt with pulling guards back then like Raleigh McKenzie from the Redskins, and back then they were known as the Hogs, and that team could ball, all right? Those boys could ball. Now, the problem with the Eagles is this, okay? And I mentioned this in my previous report, my previous video, is that you have to have guards, and you got to have an offensive line that's going to allow this team to be able to run the football. Now, if you don't have that, then there is no possible way that you can open up lanes for guys that are north-south runners, all right? So when Chip Kelly decides that he is going to get rid of Evan Mathis and Harriman's and leave the cupboard bare, you know, I mean, look, there's a formula in NFL that wins, okay? And the way that you win in the NFL is you got to draft right, okay? This is the Ozzie Newsome playbook. This is the Jerry Reese from New York Giants, Ozzie Newsome from the Ravens. All right, both teams have won Super Bowls. The Pittsburgh Steelers. These are the teams, the Packers. These are teams that win, Patriots. And then there's teams that lose all the time. And that's like us, Arizona, the Jets, although they're getting their shit together. And believe me, I have no idea what the hell Vegas is thinking by giving us a 2.5-point edge over the Jets. We'll get to that in a minute because we're gonna do a review. Then I'll preview a little bit of the Jets, and then I'll do another video, give you guys a little preview of the Jets game. But it's Wednesday, so let's wait. See what the line ends up being, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that. So essentially, what happened was this: the Cowboys stacked the box, all right, because they saw the tape from the Falcons game, and this is why I harped like crazy that this team has to be able to run the football, because what you see against the Eagles on the Eagles-Falcons game is a roadmap to how to beat this team. It's not necessarily that everybody – look, all those bozos on CSN Philly – I'm not going to say that Reuben Frank is a fucking bozo, but, like, the other guys are bozos, all right? Bozos. I don't know how they got their jobs. They probably just got it because they just know somebody, like their dad is friends with this fucking dude. That's how I do it. You want to know football? Watch E-Rock, the mighty E-Rock, Eat That Pussy, and you can watch Philadelphia. Watch those videos, okay? They know what they're saying. The other guys, just take your TV. Here, you want to save some money? Get rid of that TV. Ditch your cable. Ditch Breakfast on Broad. Ditch freaking CSN, whatever the hell they call themselves nowadays. Ditch all that shit. It ain't getting you guys anywhere anyway. Listen to the dudes on YouTube. They know what they're saying. Now, the dude on Eat That Pussy, the dude is fired up. He's ecstatic about this team. He's going to burst a blood vessel. So I kind of urge him just to try to relax a little bit because, dude, you got 16 weeks. We got 14 more games. But he is the man. That dude breaks it down and keeps it real. E-Rock, when he came out of the game, he was embarrassed, and rightfully so. Now, here's why everybody was upset. I haven't seen Philadelphia's post-game review, so when I see that, I can comment on that. But the thing about it is this, all right? Now, there's some surprising 0-2 teams, okay? The Eagles, the Seahawks, the Colts, and the Ravens, all right? Now, the Colts and the Ravens, well, all right, let me say this. The Seahawks and the Ravens will get their shit together. The Colts, however, are a lot like the Eagles because they don't have an offensive line. Now, the Colts do have Harrimans, who actually not playing that bad, and Mathis ain't playing bad either. Now, the thing is that when you go ahead and you ditch those players, you have to be able to replace them with decent players. Alan Barbre is a career backup. So is Andrew Gardner. Now, the other two guys that you can bring in is Tobin and Andrews. Now, and this is not Sean Andrews, by the way. This is Josh Andrews. Neither one of these guys are enough. So, if DeMarco Murray's trying to make the play, so if the play calls for, if he's supposed to go off guard, right? Because that's what he does. Either he does a dive or he goes off guard. But he's an inside the guard or inside the tackle runner. He's a north-south runner, okay? These guys on TV try to, act like they know what they're saying by talking 3 technique and 4 technique. Look, all that means is where they line up, okay? It doesn't mean squat. It just means, can the Eagles block the freaking defense? And the answer to that question in 2 weeks is no. Another way to put it, nada. If you're Russian, niet. So, now, we're 0-2 because we couldn't stop to be honest, we stopped the Cowboys from running the football. We couldn't get the ball, we couldn't run the football. And really, Bradford didn't make good decisions with the ball. All right? Other than the blocked punt on special teams, I expected a better special teams effort, but Bradford didn't make good decisions with the football. When you're the quarterback, all right, and Seth Joyner pointed this out, so not to steal from his thunder, because he really did a hell of a job pointing this out. When you are the quarterback, you have, just like Brady and the other top guys in this league, Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, to some extent Peyton Manning, but look, Peyton Manning getting freaking old and he ain't got it anymore. Denver is a surprising 2-0 team. They should be 0-2. But the thing is that when you are when you're reading the defense and you're a quarterback and you scan the field, okay? By the way, Stanford's got some really interesting things. If you're a college football fan, Stanford actually has like a virtual reality thing we put on. You can actually see, the whole defense. And this gives you an idea of how to read defenses better. So that wasn't exactly a shocking win that Stanford put on USC the other night. Science. Just like Jesse said in Breaking Bad. Science. Yes, science. So, anyway, Bradford, on that touchdown where he threw the pick, on that end zone play where he throws the pick to Sean Lee, you got Riley Cooper coming from your left. Now, when Riley Cooper when he comes off the line and he breaks, and if now Brady, 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000 times, whammo, throws a ball, bam, touchdown on a slant in, or as they want to call it, as a skinny post. Now, he didn't do that. Bradford instead, because like it used to be Vic do what Vic does. But unfortunately, Bradford do what Bradford does. And unfortunately, it looks like he has bad tendencies. He held on to the ball. He didn't even look over to see Riley Cooper making that cut. He had the ball. He looked straight. Had he just looked a little bit to his left, bam-o, touchdown Eagles, because he hits Riley Cooper with no problem. No problem whatsoever. But instead, he didn't. He absolutely did not do that. Throws it right down the middle and gets, picked off by Sean Lee. When the Eagles tried to run the football, their pulling guards that are supposed to pull were pulling behind the center. And when they did that, they didn't have enough speed to get up and hit the linebackers and push them back. Now, the Cowboys did a great job scheming this, okay? So, you cannot actually – you can't dog the Cowboys on this because they had their A game. They did their homework. They did everything they were supposed to do, and then they had great special teams. So, look, we can bitch all we want, but the fact of the matter is this. Bradford made bad decisions at the goal line. Then there was that play where we actually tackled Tony Romo. Jordan Hicks, by the way, good player. University of Texas usually produces really good players. Great program down there at Texas. They had Jordan Hicks as one of the best players in the league coming into college. Not a coincidence, Jordan Hicks, the one that nailed Romo, knocked him out the game, forced the fumble. Jordan Hicks, a player, if we lose Kiko, I'm okay with that. Jordan Hicks going to be just fine. Now, so when you look at the play that he made, all right, when you look at the play that Bradford made after we got the ball back, all right, we get the ball back, Bradford is not on the same page with Kelsey. Bradford's like staring over here. Kelsey decides to hike the ball, hits him in the chest, lands on the ground, turnover. Okay, see, that's bad, right? That's bad Bradford. Now, here's an illustration of good Max and bad Max. Just like Seth Joyner said, bad Max, when bad Max tries to get up there and play press coverage, he doesn't do it well. He's just not a press coverage guy. A lot of guys out there that I know want bad Max to play press coverage. The problem is bad Max can't play press coverage. So bad Max stays back. Now, what bad Max likes to do is close on the football. The problem is if bad Max don't close on the football to become good Max, he still stays bad Max. I don't know. What do I mean to tell you? Like, he's like 3/4 bad Max and 1/4 good Max, and that's actually a road to failure. So, the only thing that happened in this game that has any relevance at all is that Tony Romo got knocked out. Otherwise, I am not surprised. Like I said in my review, I am not surprised one bit that we lost this game. All right. Now, I'm starting to get late in this. Other things I'd like to talk about, I will put them in other videos. I'll put another video up tomorrow. We'll talk a little TV. I'm going to be reviewing 3 television shows coming up this fall. I would be reviewing some other ones, but they're about to finish for the summer. So hope everybody had a good summer. Not going to be the greatest fall. I'm going to give you a quick little teaser on the Jets. Look, the Jets are for real. All right, anyone that in Philly that thinks the Jets are not, the Jets, Jets, you're wrong, because they just kicked the crap out of the Colts, and that win against the Browns was not bullshit. They got a damn good secondary. Chris Ivory can run the ball, and they got 3 stud down linemen starting out with the kid from USC, Williams, Wilkerson. They can ball. And believe me, if you had a hard time running the football against the Cowboys line, dude, we're going to have negative yards next week. So put your money with the Jets. And how we are the favorites, I have no fucking clue. Vegas must be smoking crack because the Eagles can't do squat. And it all starts with the fact that Chip Kelly decided that it was going to be his prerogative that he was going to let Mathis and Hermans go. Once he did that, he didn't have a plan. And that's what I was afraid of in my initial video, because I did not think that we had enough on that line. I did pick us to win only because the Cowboys were decimated. I didn't pick us to win because we were the better team. I picked us to win because the Cowboys were coming in with like 6 guys not playing. Didn't work out that way. So, what do we do from here? This is a tough loss because this kind of exposes your team. The Eagles are really, really exposed. I mean, there's no offensive line, assistance, and there's really no offensive line help coming. So, I'm not worried about what happened with Kiko and Michael Kendrick's like day to day. If Kiko's out for a month, don't matter. We're fine on the offensive line. They signed Najee Good. He's just as good as what we got with Kiko. So I'm fine with that. Like, Kiko was okay the first couple games. You're not missing anything without him. You got plenty of depth at that inside linebacker position. This is the reason why you drafted Jordan Hicks. Having said that, though, this is the reason why on the 3rd round you should have gone offensive line, because the reason why you're losing games is because you don't have an offensive line. And by the way, I really don't know what it was that Chip Kelly was thinking back in March when or whenever he made that trade for Bradford to get rid of Foles. I mean, there wasn't really a reason for that. Like it was a bad decision because Nick Foles is a good player, and he can throw the ball. He can operate on that Chip Kelly offense. He knows exactly what he's doing. So I'm not really sure what that was all about. I don't know exactly what Chip was doing. I don't know. Maybe maybe they're up late at night and he's like drinking too much coffee, or maybe he's smoking crack or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But look, this is the NFC East. Okay, you came on the football, you home for the winter, and I might also add you getting ready for that first overall pick. Now, the Jets, they bring a whole other ball game. Don't sleep on Ryan Fitzpatrick. The dude knows how to ball. All right. Let me tell you something. Ryan Fitzpatrick has had a better career so far than Bradford. So do not sleep on Ryan Fitzpatrick because he is a player with an A and a Y. All right. So I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Jets are going to win the game. All right. And I hate to say it, Eagle fans, but I think he's not only the Jets are going to win the game, they're going to win the game going away. I mean, there's a good Jet team. This Jet team is going to the playoffs. Eagles, first overall pick, maybe second, maybe third. And it's all because of no offensive line. And not only that, but the receivers can't get open. So the way I see it is this, kind of like Seth Joyner said, I don't have any confidence in a team that has a quarterback that doesn't know how to make the proper reads. And Bradford clearly has not made the proper reads. So that's one. Two, you have no offensive line. Three, you have no downfield threat because you got rid of all your guys that had downfield threat. By the way, you don't make yourself better by getting rid of talented, fast, skilled players, a.k.a. Deshaun and Jeremy Maclin. You got rid of them. By the way, another thing that's interesting is this. Wouldn't it be really nice if we would have had, let's say, I don't know, a cutback runner because we got no line. That would be nice. We had that. Got rid of it. I don't think anybody was all that excited when we got rid of LaShawn McCoy. Why? And then to top it off, hey, Mathis and Hermans are gone. And we're left with like two guys named Joe. So it is what it is. I don't see us win this game against the Jets. I see this kind of ugly and imploding. And I think we're kind of, in that period of time where we're going to start looking at, other, like other guys, to really, to be the coach. I mean, look, I think the time is up. I think Chip Kelly is up. 3 years in this league. Look, 5 years in this league is what 5 years back in the day is what 3 years is now. Rich Kotite won a playoff game by this point. Ray Rhodes won a playoff game by this point at home. Andy Reid won many playoff games and was in the title game, and in his fourth season hosted the title game. Things look like, for Chip Kelly, they were going like this. And then they are now like that. And for those other other coaches, they went like this. And here's the other thing, too. Andy Reid won with Ray Rhodes' guys. Chip Kelly won with Andy Reid's guys. But Chip Kelly is losing with Chip Kelly's guys. So, that's going to wrap it up here for, Eagles Cowboys review. Home opener. Big loss. Big loss. But we're going to have other things to kind of make y'all happy, not freak out. Look, there's other things we can talk about just to keep everybody happy. We're going to be down at the stadium. We're going to be doing some videos down by the stadium, having some fun, trying to link up with the mighty E-Rock and try to link up with Philadelphia and and have some fun. But and try to see if we can link up with Eat That Pussy. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. But you know what? It could be a tough season. I'm just letting everybody know, before it gets too far in this season. If you're betting, you might want to actually go the other way because this isn't gonna get fixed anytime soon. This is not scheme. This is personnel. You don't have any receivers to get downfield to get open. Like I said, the running backs can't get open because find lanes because there's just no offensive lineman that can do it. You can't pull offensive linemen off the scrap heap in the middle of the season. And Bradford doesn't make really good decisions with the ball. Those three things lead you to 3-13. Other teams know how to draft well. Chip Kelly has drafted some guys here and there that are good, but it's not a good plan overall. You got to have a plan. Offensive line, build that up. Defensive line, build that up. After you do that, now start to build out from there. Get your safeties, get your corners, get your receivers, get your running backs, get your your quarterbacks. If you can get your quarterback first, that's great. But you got to get lines. You got to have offensive lines, defensive lines. That's what wins championships. And right now, we don't look good on either side of the ball. So with that, I'm just going to say, everybody have a good night, good week, good football. Signing off, Gman Live. Go Birds!